is while they sleep, we grind. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like you don't sleep at all. We're not saying that.
No.
We're just saying you have to be willing to put in some work voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
When no one's watching, when you're not getting paid for it at that time.
Yeah.
When like I'm just gonna be 100 with y'all. We were shooting this at 6 a.m.
Let's go.
Before the world is up.
Let's go.
The day after Christmas.
Let's get it.
And you have to become okay with that. But I think the key is you got to get around people who want it like that.
Yeah.
Because that stay ready phase is the phase that will make you. It'll make you. That's where all the doubts are going to be at.
Yep.
They're going to be sitting in that same field with you. All the triggers, all the words that were said to you that weren't of God or weren't encouraging. So all of that is sitting there with you in that stay ready field. And it's real dangerous for you to be there alone all the time because you'll never come out of stay ready, you'll never prepare, and you won't be able to execute at all.
Let's go. No, you were hitting it on the head because you said it's funny how it's how God works, right? He says things that get you going. And for me, you say stay ready, right? I'm gonna take it even further than that. Because sometimes, right, we can be we're staying ready. Think about it. You're staying ready. That means you're still waiting. No, I'm ready. But I'm still waiting, right? So, in some of my background, right, I've learned that you wouldn't just tell somebody stay ready. I tell you stay dangerous. So I don't need you to stay ready, right? I need you to stay dangerous, right? Right? I'm just saying. When you think about being in business, you better stay dangerous. I mean, you better know what the obstacles are, but you better be aggressive and go after them.
Yeah.
You better be aggressive and go after, right? Know what your strengths are. Know where your weaknesses are. Know what the obstacles are. Know what the threats are. Know what the opportunities are. You have to know that and then go after those things. Wow. Right? You have to be on attack, on the offensive. Right? We ain't on the Mayweather. Right? We on the offensive, right? Yeah. So with that, I need you to stay dangerous, which means, right, when you out there, we got the safety off the cliff. Yeah. Right? So when the devil's working in your family, right, you have to be so attentive that you can feel that. Hey, bro, we're gonna pray on that. We ain't even letting that sit in the house. Yeah. We ain't letting that sit in the house, bro. Yeah. When you think about the business you have and the partnerships you have, right? Yeah. Let's have that conversation. We ain't gonna let that sit. We're gonna stay dangerous. Yeah. Right? When that opportunity comes, sometimes you have to respond, right? And not just react. That's
a lot of bars, right? Stay dangerous. The reason why I like that is because we're so conditioned to not chase our dreams with an axe. We're so conditioned to just like let our dreams
Let's go.
They're never gonna come like that because opportunities don't present themselves multiple times to lazy people. Yeah. It does not. It's not biblical. It's not realistic, and it's not even good. Nah. So this whole stay dangerous. I don't know why I keep looking at it as like a field, like moving from field to field. But this whole stay dangerous thing is so pivotal if you're gonna succeed in 2023. Yeah. Because the enemy's dangerous.
Talk to me.
He's not. He's relentless. Like relentless. He's not gonna just be like, yo, Malik got this idea to like go into schools, to go into businesses and help them thrive. I'm gonna let him do it without a fight. No. He's not gonna do that. No. So if he's not gonna do that, prepare yourself, like you said, get in the mirror and look at yourself as a gladiator, as a warrior. Like do what's necessary to become dangerous. Yeah. Right? Will Smith used the quote a lot. I stay ready so I never have to get ready. But he's also dangerous. He was like, everyone else needs 12 months to prepare for a movie. Give me 12 weeks. That type of spirit and that type of mentality, I do believe resides in everybody. Yes. I think what happens when we don't see it is there's no execution.
No execution. And we're used to it.
We're used to it.
You're used to shooting blanks. You went into the situation without the intent to execute on what that is. Right? And for me, being in certain spaces, I see it all the time, right? Like, you come to a networking event without actually wanting to connect with people. Right? Like actually wanting to follow up. You want to do something, there's 50 people here, right? When you leave, if you don't have 30 of them lined up for a phone call.
For a phone call.
On a calendar, a Zoom link, on a podcast. I said about 30 of them. Everybody. Right? And if you want something, say yours. I mean, figure out how you can serve them. How can I serve you? Look, I went to Black Equity Con back in May of this year. And when I went to Miami, there was 3,000 people. One, I connected with about 3 to 4. I mean, really connected. Like, went out to eat, hung out, chilled. We've done and broke bread together since.
Wow.
Because we connected. Then there was another like 50 people. I just was like, let me get your number. Let's text them. Boom. Here's how I can serve. How do you know how you can serve? You have to listen first. Yeah. So you have to know what you have and listen. And it's like double dutch, right? My cousin used to double dutch. I was worse, bro. I'm too tall. But they do double dutch, and they be like, and then as soon as that, right? Yeah. And they jump right in, like, hey, you know what? Matter of fact, I know someone who has. I can plug you with. Yeah. I can. You know what? I'm in that same field. I can do this for you because what do you then build up, right?
Community network.
You build a community network of people, right? And this is my like. I'm giving a gem here. People pick up my phone calls because most of the time when I'm calling you, I have an idea for you, some money for you, or a way that I can serve you.
I'm going to attest to this. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with you where I didn't leave with either a way to either make more money, an idea to make money, or a way to do something different in a good way, which is huge on serving, right? And you could go to those conferences and go to those people and be like, you know what, I got my stuff together, so I'm about to go and just chill. Year ago, I saw a picture of Malik. Malik's my man, so I'm always on his Instagram, rooting for him and just seeing things. And I'm looking at him at a table with other people, and I know when Malik does this, I'm in learning mode. Like I'm learning, I'm picking up, and I'm seeing where I can plug in. I'm not doing this like only grabbing what I can get. And I think he's from the book Go Giver. When you become the person who wants to be, what can I add? How can I add value to you? Before I even ask you for anything, so much more value is added to your plate. So I'm looking at the picture, and I was like, yo, I'm in my room looking at the picture doing something, and I'm like, I know he's learning, and I know, which is good. I know he's about to give somebody an alley hoop. He's about to give somebody the chance to get in the double dutch rope. He's about to give somebody like, hey, go put this in the vending machine and get this out instead. Where does that come from?
Some people like I can't be. I'm not everybody, right? So I go and keep personal when immediate to me. Man, I've always been somebody that lets people win. Right? Like so for me, like how do you put it? Like as much as I love Michael Jordan, I'm the biggest LeBron fan. Now mind you, Michael's Michael, right? I just like league of his own. Yeah. But like LBJ is my guy, man. Like LeBron's my guy. What I mean by that is like, I feel like sometimes people play basketball the way they live life. And when I played ball, I could always have the vision to see a play, right? So I was like an original point, like point forward. So I could get the ball top of the key and I could swing it and I could tell you how to do this and that. And I was okay if you dropped 20. Now mind you, don't completely, I'm gonna get mine. Because my opponent ain't you. Yeah. Right? I know who my opponent is. Yeah. And when we out here in this business world, we understand who our opponent is. We start to understand that we need teammates to help us get to a dream. Yeah. See, I've tried to will a team just off my skill set alone, right? And I repeatedly hit my head. Let me add more skill. I refuse to pass the ball. No. It's when I was free enough to go, it just is innate in me to be like, I want to see you eat. Because if you eat, and you eat, and you eat, and every time we come to the table, we all eat, do you know what we can do with that?
There's so much. I think that's one of the ways you eradicate jealousy. That's one of the ways that you have a fortified community.
Right.
And it's a way where it's different. It's different winning a pickup game than winning at a college level.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the pickup game, people are just happy to see you out there. In the college game, if you don't get the spot, you're not going to the next league.
Yeah. So I'll give you this too. There's that poem, Our Deepest Fear. Mm-hmm. Right? Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It's our light and our darkness, our most frightening place. Inside of the poem, it talks about, right, lighting your candle. Mm-hmm. And when you light someone else's candle, it doesn't take away from your fire.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And for me, I remember how much that stuck with me. Right? That like when you put people on, right, it's that, right? But let me get from like, I'll get outside of like the bigger calling there, but like to just a very like, to be honestly strategical, right? Of you can be a go-getter or a go-giver. Mm-hmm. Both win, but it's how do you want to win?
How do you want to win?
Right? I'm not the guy who wants to be Michael Jordan punching my teammates, isolated, right? Like just being real, like just it's all on my back and like people know but don't know me.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be the guy where, right? I want to be like LeBron in high school with playing with all his teammates who half of them his business partners. Right? Who has a team on the court and then off the court. Right? And who keeps people around him, right? Who also have the same value. So that's that default design.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how do I build?